Finish it, Phil. Ooh, there you go, there you go. The ultimate gooner expert. Oh, there it is, there it is. Oh. There he is, staring at the ceiling. He just climaxed.
Oh, the camera's on.
Look at this pose. I want you to buy me a Switch too. I want Uncle Sam wants you to join the dents, to buy Phil a Switch, and to combat the trolls. The trolls will suffer.
And that's why people still care about darksydephil in 2025.
Who does? Nobody cares. Who? Look at his face. He's seething. People care about me in 2025. I know there's another Derek out there. I know there's another OIC. Darksydephil, you're next. That's right. What is going on, people? Welcome back to the third episode of Xplodin Live. That's right. We are covering this show today. We are talking about the one, the only, the chicken choker, the pig roach himself. I said chicken choker because I'm gonna go into that in just a moment. But you all know him, DSP, darksydephil, Philip Burnell, the big pig himself. Give me money! Give me money! And then he also just spends all that on WWE champions. But yes, on this show tonight, we are covering DSP. So I'll go over who he is very briefly for those who don't know, or if you live under a rock. So darksydephil is a streamer who slash YouTuber who has been around the block since 2008. Been streaming for about, 17 years now? Something like that. That's his quote-unquote legacy. But his content is garbage. And how he makes a living on YouTube is just by begging the same 5 people for money every single day. It's insane. And I've been listening to this guy. I know so much about this guy's lore. It is hilarious what this guy has said and done, and what this guy's tried to do. I don't know if there's gonna be that many people showing up tonight. Probably because Kino Casino is also streaming the same thing I'm doing. So, damn it, felted. But you know what? It's okay. So, do you know what today is? It's not just May 2nd. Well, May 2nd is the aftermath. Yesterday is the 9th anniversary of the May 1st burst. Oh no, Kyler, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Time to watch and laugh at Darkside Penis. Oh, felted. Thank you so much, Kyler. I appreciate that. But yes, this guy always begs for money. It never stops. Whenever you hit a goal with him, he'll just ask for more money. If you give this man $1,000, he'll just be like, "Why didn't you give me $2,000?" It's like the begging never stops with this man. It's incredible. But back to the May 1st burst. The May 1st burst is a very special occasion in the DSP vortex. And why I say that is because it is the 9th anniversary where DSP got caught in 4K choking the chicken. In other words, he was... He just went to town, man. It was the funniest shit. I think Keemstar actually covered it. That's how he first got viral on it. Oh, I got a bit of a recap for you. for those who want to see it. Wait, how do I go into my settings here? Let's go. First video in. Here's the recap. We don't know what he was gooning to, but he's starting it off. He doesn't know the camera's on too, so it's just like, I don't know what he. Okay, so I don't know what the whole thing was here. He was during the middle of the playthrough, and he decided to do. This was a pre-stream. I guess he had some time to himself before he officially started the stream, so he thought he had a bit of time to. Little did he know that his camera was already on, because this guy's a fucking idiot, and he was just going to town on it for the whole world to see. It was it gets so funny. You can't see his, like, you can only see his chest area, which is good, but I don't want to see what was going on down there. But Phil tried to like cover it up, saying he was like scratching his leg. Chat, does this look like he was scratching his leg? Look at this. Ah, so much pleasure from scratching my leg. Oh. Did you see the guy that was just like, he was just staring at the ceiling? What was up in the ceiling that was like so interesting, my dude? He was really going right at it. This was clipped for the. This is pretty much what he's known for. Is just the guy who jerked off. Watch, it gets better. It gets better. I don't know who clipped this, but whoever did is the absolute GOAT. Come on, finish it, dude. Finish it, Phil. Ooh, there you go. The ultimate gooner expert. Oh, there it is. Oh. There he is, staring at the ceiling. He just climaxed. Oh, he had the time of his life right there. Okay, this is the part that's disgusting, right? He doesn't even wipe himself or like wash his hands or just like do anything. He just like he immediately just turns on the stream like as if nothing happened. Doesn't even, like, imagine the stickiness of his hands, or just like, I don't even want to go into that, but at least wash your hands after doing that. That is so gross. Like, where did it go? Where did his nut go? Well, this is now where he realizes the camera was on the whole time. Watch this. I'm never gonna forget that face. That is like legendary. That is absolutely like beautiful.
What is up, everyone? Hello, and welcome. Oh, the camera's on.
Oh, the camera's on. Shit, did they see me? Oh, that is never gonna get old. That is never gonna get old. Look at him like trying to play it cool. Hello. Look at him rocking around like he's on a boat. There it is. That is known as the incident, ladies and gentlemen. That is something no one's ever gonna forget in DSP history. That was the one thing that made Phil go viral. That is pretty much what he's known for in the YouTube community. Is the guy, not for his gameplays, not for being a former fighting game player. It's because he's a gooner. He jerked off on live stream. Oh, that was he was trying so hard to hide it too, but eventually he was just like, you know what? It's out there. I'll just say it. Yeah, I did it. With the beginning, I think he was at Machinima during that time. So it was more so like Machinima was trying so hard to cover up that incident, but they couldn't because DSP was such a fucking idiot. Moved to a new universe. I would have right there. I would never show my face ever again to the internet. Like that is like the ultimate embarrassment. But Phil just doesn't know when to quit. And that's going to be kind of like an ongoing thing with Phil, is that despite all the shit that Phil goes through, despite everything, like all the trolls, all the haters, people who are clipping him, making fun of him, detracting him, myself included, although I don't really cover Phil that much, but I watch a bunch of funny content creators who do it, like Duty, Snort Hogan. There are so many funny troll channels with Phil. It is so funny, and like recently I just got into the Kino Casino arc where Phil actually was trying to clout chase off of those guys. They were trying to clout chase off of Andy Worski and PPP. He thought they were his friends. Little did they know they were going to snake him this whole time. And that now they're making fun of him on his own show too. Phil's just taking L's left and right. Despite all of that, Phil just does not leave the internet. That's why they call him the pig roach. He's a pig because he snorts. And then a roach because he doesn't die just like a cockroach. He doesn't leave the internet. No matter how much you try and get rid of him, he's always there. He never goes away. But there were some funny moments. I could go over every single event darksydephil has went through. But that would be way too long of a stream. I would be here all night. I'd probably be here like doing this a whole week, but I have a few clips for you. I have some funny crash outs that I want to show you guys about Phil. And trust me, you guys want to stay for this because this is the funniest shit you guys have to see. So, with the Nintendo Switch 2, obviously we all know that that you could pre-order the Switch, and you could pre-order it, and I guess the release date for that is June 5th or something. Either way, everyone pre-ordered it despite it being really fucking expensive, which I don't agree with buying the Switch 2 as of now because Nintendo fucking overpriced it. But the point is, DSP decided to pre-order the Switch 2, but instead of ordering one, he ordered two. One is the regular Switch 2. The second one is the Switch 2 bundle that comes with Mario Kart World. Now, what I'm going to be describing to you is, why does he need two Switches? He's just like, he's only one guy. What is he going to do with the other Switch? Does he want to give it to Kat? I think he just did that just because he wanted to like have a backup or something. It's either way. He was just like, two Switch 2s. You know how expensive those are? $1,000. He has the money to buy two Switch 2s, but he cries poor every single day. Isn't that kind of fucked? I'm not even mad about that, but the fact is that how greedy can you be to get two Switch 2s when you know that people all over the world is like, it's going to be sold out. It's already sold out now. But the way he actually, like, he streamed himself buying two Switch 2s. He had such a smart-ass, smug face on his, like, he was like, look at this, chat. I got two Switch 2s and you didn't. Yeah, I'm going to be this is going to be amazing, guys. No, but, yeah. So he was so smug. He was really fucking insufferable. He was just like, yeah, the Switch 2s, today's a great day. I'm going to be covering the Switch 2 on day one. I'm going to get those day one views, and I'm going to get more money, guys. Yeah, but here's the funny thing. Here's the really funny thing about that. So, Phil isn't the smartest when it comes to him streaming himself ordering stuff online. So, when he ordered the thing, it doxed his address, which people already knew. They kind of doxed his address when he first moved into Seattle, like a week after he moved in, which is really fucking funny. But he also showed that he had an order number on there. Now, the order number can be used to track down your order and or to cancel it. You see where I'm going with this? Because it gets better. The next day, Phil checked his email and found out someone canceled both of his orders. So a troll decided to reach out to Walmart, pretended to be Phil, and got his 2 Switch orders canceled. And now that it's sold out, he can't even order them now. What a fucking idiot. Well, I don't condone people pretending to be Phil and stopping him from getting his Switch 2. I don't condone that. But the fact is, DSP has a history of being trolled, being harassed online by trolls, having people fuck with him in real life. Now, think of it this way. Would you be what did you think would have happened if Phil showed an order number or a credit card number to the trolls? Let's say I showed my credit card number to my stream right now, and someone decided to use it, and I have a bunch of charges on my card. And then I get mad because someone did that. Yeah, but I would be the fucking idiot that I showed my credit card on the internet, right? This is the same thing with Phil. He showed his order number online knowing he has trolls who would fuck with him. So this is entirely his fault. He pissed on the electric fence and he got shocked. No brainer, right? But listen, this is where I got my thumbnail from. DSP's Switch 2 pre-order canceled by a troll. Let's watch this. This is the funniest shit in the whole world.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, 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 drip, snort, snort. I got the drip, no.
Well, everyone, this is the Daily Wrap for Wednesday, the 23rd, 2020.
So normally he does his daily raps just so happy. But now he's just so upset. Oh my god, look how upset he is! This is the face of someone who did not get his Switch 2. Oh no! No Mario for you! No expensive Mario Kart world for you, piggy! Oh, he always starts off his daily raps like, hello guys, and Phil, welcome to the Daily Wrap. Now here is a great day where I got to cover great new games, but now it's just like, hi guys, it's the Daily Wrap, and he's gonna talk about how shit his life is, and how he's always the victim. It's so fucking funny. You can't even feel sorry for this guy, because he brought it on himself, and plus he's always been a piece of shit to people. Why would he not expect people to do this to him? I'll go over that after I cover this, but
I actually already filmed the Daily Wrap.
You already filmed the Daily Wrap. You gotta film another one.
I have to refilm this an hour later at 11:16 p.m. to tell you how messed up my situation is when people say things about how Phil over-exaggerates. Phil constantly is just talking out of his butt. So here's what happened today.
He's gonna be the victim here, chat. It's so funny. Look at him crying the crocodile tears. It is the funniest thing. Okay, I'll shut up. I'm gonna let him cook.
Remastered. Great fun. We hit the goals. Then the late stream was also a great stream of me building the first half of my Lego Piranha Plant.
He didn't even finish the Piranha Plant! See, I told you! He doesn't even finish his... How long does he take? He does 3-hour streams. And then he's just he hasn't even finished building it. Dude, the Piranha Plant is so easy to build. Look at this shit. Wait. I'm gonna go over this when I talk about the Lego building segment, because that's gonna be on the show tonight. But I bought this maybe to copy Phil, but I can build this faster than Phil can in 5 streams, right? I could probably do that just to felt Phil, just to spite him. I think that would be the funniest like dunk on him right there. I think strangely Lex already stole my idea of doing that, but you know what? It is what it is.
Which means that tomorrow we're doing DSP tries at Chipotle, and that's awesome.
DSP tries at Chipotle, okay.
I attempted to get the Switch 2. I was going between multiple different websites, including Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and more. I couldn't get it from anywhere but Walmart. I did 2 to cart. Actually checked out both the Mario Kart bundle and this regular Switch 2.
Okay, wait. Before he goes into that, I have to tell you something too. This is kind of important to tell you. DSP has a history saying how much he hates Walmart. DSP thinks Walmart is for poor people. Any seedy person always shops at Walmart, which that's not very culturally sensitive, Phil. I mean, that's kind of bad taste. And now Phil has to buy 2 Switch 2s from Walmart. Hypocrite.
Switch 2 is coming June 5th on release day. The other one is coming June 8th. Great. Checked out, paid, good to go. Finishing up my work, turned the stream off. Okay, I'm going to film the daily wrap. As I'm filming this daily wrap, I announce, hey, I got 2 Switch 2s. What a great day. Everything's amazing. And then I check my
Here it comes. Here it comes.
to tell me that both orders have been canceled.
Look at that face. That's a legendary face. Like, I use that for the fucking thumbnail of the stream. That is the best face I've seen. This is a man denied his Switch 2. The karma justice is fantastic. It's delicious.
Does it say that it's because of an error on Walmart? No, it says I canceled the orders. So I'm currently
What's going on, guys?
Walmart right now about someone basically.
What are you looking at? What do you want, a boat? Ooh. Was that him just looking for money? Someone sent a tip?
Someone socially engineered my account.
Someone socially engineered. Okay, no, that is when Phil starts over exaggerating. Nobody fucking hacked your account, Phil. Nobody socially engineered your account into your Walmart account. No one did that. What they so people have been theorizing what happened the past week, and Duty kind of debunked it, giving us actual proof. And so what ended up happening was people thought that if you buy more than 1 Switch 2, the order will automatically cancel to prevent scalping, right? It stops the scalpers. Well, that was a good theory and all, but that actually was not the case. What ended up happening, people were right the whole time, and Phil was kind of, sort of telling the truth. Again, it's a nugget of truth, guys. No. So basically someone took his order number, called Walmart customer service, did like this, like pretended to be Phil, gave him like, oh, my name is Phil Burnell, please cancel my Switch 2 order. It's so funny, but like, what ended up happening was like, the guy on the other end, it was like the Walmart customer service rep, he was like saying like, okay, well, we can cancel this order for you, but we're going to have to wait 24 to 48 hours. But then the troll made him, like, do it quickly by giving him the sob story. It's like, listen, I don't have any money in my account. I had a death in the family, and I have to travel across the country to see my family. Like, I'm really strapped for cash now. And the guy's like, you know what, Phil, I'll do you a solid. You've been a member here. You've been shopping with us at Walmart for 22 years, which, again, Phil was secretly shopping at Walmart, saying it was for poor people. Remember that. But this guy thinking he was Phil is like, listen, you've been a loyal customer to us. I'll cancel this order for you right away. And so the guy did him a solid, canceled his order right away. So Phil can't even investigate to get to get the order going. And now now he can't get it back. It is it's the best. It was the best. It was so fucking peak. Oh, that was awesome. Okay. Let's go back in. Oh, trust me, chat. Trust me. The crash out after this video is so fucking funny. You guys need to stick around for that.
Through basically very basic information, what it must have been, because it certainly wasn't anything crazy, they got access and canceled my orders. So now I don't have a Switch 2. I was going to keep one, maybe give one to my wife, maybe have a backup in case the Switch 2 failed.
Why do you have to give your wife like another Switch 2? Just share it. Who cares? He's going to say it's for work, but it's like, you don't work, bro. You sit on your ass all day begging for money. You play video games for a living. That's not work, right? Did I already talk about Phil's little incident? Yeah, I did that in the beginning of the show. I'll probably make this into like a whole video for you guys. Don't worry. But
Switch 2. I was gonna get 2.
Phil is like, I think he just bought the Switch 2 just to be an asshole. He's just like, he just wants to hoard the Switch 2 for himself. Him buying a second Switch, knowing that it would stop someone else from buying a Switch, like stopping like kids from buying a second Switch. What a dickhead, man. Why do you have to order 2? Just have one and be grateful for it, bro. I think that's something I personally have the problem with, you know? Guy's a big scumbag.
I was gonna keep one, maybe give one to my wife, maybe have a backup in case the Switch 2 failed at launch, because that's what happened with the Switch 1. Maybe eventually do a giveaway.
You would never do a giveaway, Phil. And let's face it. Phil is the most selfish piece of shit on the entire planet. He would never give back to his fans. He thinks that his chat owes him money. He will never give anything back. I think there was one time he actually did give back to his fans, but I think that was only it was empty game boxes. This was back in 2010 or something like that. You would win a game, but it was just an empty box. There was no disc inside. It's why would you want this? It's whatever Phil has is garbage. It's time for a giveaway. Anything remotely valuable, like a Nintendo Switch 2, he would never give it up. He has so many excuses to give it up. He would just be like, guys, the shipping cost is going to be expensive, guys. What if you guys live in the UK? And then it's going to be $20 to ship it to the UK. It's Phil, shut the fuck up. You know you're not going to give it away. You are not going to do that. Stop lying to us. Do us a favor and just stop, man. Who begs for the most for money? It's definitely Phil. People, I saw that when I was reviewing Bossman Jack, the guy said that Bossman Jack, begs more than Phil. No, that is far from the truth. Phil begs every single day. Bossman Jack only begs when he's broke. He wants more juices. But Phil, he thinks the world owes him. He is that entitled. But I'm getting off track. Let's keep going.
Now I have nothing. So I want you guys to understand.
Now I have nothing.
That when people say that, DSP exaggerates or whatever, no, they actually do this stuff to me. This is why I refuse to give any personal details about anything in my life. This is why I will not film anywhere in my house. I will not do IRL vlogs. Anything that I do that's
Phil is just so scared to leave his house in general. It is so funny because I think anything he does IRL vlogs, the trolls will just clip it. Any information about Phil's life, the trolls will just A-log, which is the funniest thing. No, Chris Chen doesn't remotely beg as much money compared to Phil. I think Chris Chen, I wouldn't be surprised if he's on welfare or something. Chris Chen never works. Chris Chen, I don't think ever worked a day in his life. And when he did, he got fired for from Wendy's or something. But Phil, he used to have a really good job. He worked for his dad at a helicopter company. But I guess he got laid off or something in 2010. And then he decided to make YouTube his full-time career. But ever since then, ever since the golden age of YouTube where you can monetize your content, it was more so you know how that adpocalypse happened? Well, Phil, it was no different. So instead of relying on ad revenue, Phil decided to go to his Patreon and beg for money there. I don't know if his Patreon's still active, but he would beg for money on Twitch. He would beg for money on YouTube. He would beg for money on PayPal. He would just beg for money, period. So, no, don't beg for money, baby lamb. Don't do that. We don't need another Phil. No, but this guy, anything this guy does, his motivation is just him to rake in money. That's what Phil does. He doesn't care about the games he's playing. I don't even think he likes video games. He doesn't even like the content he likes making. If he won the lottery, he would probably just stop. If he won the lottery, let's be honest, he probably would still beg. But this is his whole show. His whole show is money. Give me money. Give me money. Give me money. Why are you not giving me money, chat? Where's my money? Okay, that's it. You're banned. Get out of here. If you're not going to donate, get out of here. Like that's Phil, really. That's all his content. Well, I mean, the other 99% of his content is just him being boring. Like, Phil's not an entertaining person. He's just not.
To hurt me. So I worked my butt off tonight getting 2 Switch 2s, and now I have nothing.
Work your butt off. How do you work your ass off just sitting down and playing video games? That's like the thing that I just don't get. Phil thinks he's like the working horse of YouTube. No, he's not. He just pushes record, start, stop. There you go. That's a video. He doesn't edit his shit. All he fucking does is play video games and maybe interact with his chat every now and then. But unless someone was donating to him, he doesn't really give a shit about them. That's why he praises people like OIC and Derich, or who was the other guy? It was like, there were a bunch of other dents, but yeah, that's what the detractor community calls his pay pigs, dents, which is kind of fucked up, but at the same time, it's really funny. But hello, I like money. Oh man, all right, I'm getting off topic.
I don't even know how they got access to the account. I'm talking to the rep right now, which is the noise that you're hearing, bling, bling, bling.
He's on the phone with the rep.
Tomorrow, Level 1 podcast, and the premiere of Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Okay, yeah, no one cares, Phil. But like, he's on the phone with the rep as he's ranting and raving about how his Switch 2 got canceled. Like, what are you gonna do about it now? The Switch 2 is sold out, Phil. There's nothing you can do. Switch 2 sold out. You're not getting one. The desperation. The absolute desperation. Will I be talking about Derek? Oh, no. Oh, no. Derich is its own, like, entity. I don't even know if I really want to cover the guy, because let's be honest, you do not want to research him. Listen. I'm a reasonable man. But it's going to take a lot for me to talk about, investigate some of DSP's dents. Especially Derich, which we haven't seen much about, we haven't heard much from Derich recently. DSP pronounces it as Derek, but his real name is Derich, but, you know, he's the gooner who, like, harasses porn stars, you know, that sort of thing. That's like the surface of Derich. That's all I'm going to say right now. If you want to research him, go right ahead. But I recommend you don't. Because it's so gross. It's so fucking gross. But yeah, I don't know. Was that another guy? I don't know who Pizzeria is. No, I don't know. I don't know much about him. I don't really go into DSP's like supporters. I know who PWR is. I know who OIC is. I know who Jax Raxter is. Who was that other guy? Redemption Games. I heard about that guy. Yeah, he was a fucking creepo. But yeah, like, those are the type of people that Phil attracts. It's the most fucked thing I've ever heard, bro. It's crazy.
And we're doing DSP tries at Chipotle on the first stream. The second stream will be Minecraft Chill. But I'm not getting a Switch 2. I have no means to do so. They're all sold out everywhere. I had them.
Then why are you on the phone with the rep? What's the point of the phone call? You know, customer service, it's a pain in the ass to talk to them, right? You know, just being on the phone and be like, please hold, as the next Walmart executive will be talking to you. It's like, do. Like the stupid music they play. Like, that's pretty much Phil's case right here. It's like, what the hell are they going to do about it now? The Switch 2 is sold out. And you canceled it, buddy. Or at least a version of you canceled it. You may have not have done it, but you're the dumbass who showed his order number online. It's, you know, it's fucking stupid.
Socially engineered my account and canceled my orders.
Oh, DSP at least makes $100,000 a year. Jay Morley.
If anyone's getting an extra one that I could buy off of you for the real price, I'd appreciate it. But it looks like at this point, I can't cover the Switch 2 because these people are scumbags. Impersonate me and do awful
Suffer Phil.
And this is just another example of that. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
Look how felted he was. That was fucking hilarious. Oh, that was great. That was really fucking great. Oh, but Phil, he gets angrier than that. He gets so angry at the trolls here. It was so fucking funny. Who donates to this guy? Well, people who are fucked in the head donate to this guy. From what I've heard. It's like, no one in their right mind would support DSP's content. Like, only people who don't know any better would. Or people who don't even know who Phil is. Which, the trolls go out of their way to, like, inform people who Phil is and how big of a scumbag and a scammer and a liar he is. But here's the next video. Is where DSP crashes out against the trolls who canceled his Nintendo Switch 2. There's gonna be rage. A lot of crash outs, chat. It's gonna be fucking goated. This is made by DSP Memology 101. And it's gonna be real. I think Kino Casino might have covered it, but now it's my turn to cover it. Suck it. Here, I need more water. Alright, let's get into it. I love that Family Guy intro. That's not actually Phil's house, but like, Phil is rich. He lives in a gated community, right? In Renton, Washington. Right? And there was a time where Phil actually made, I shit you not, where he was getting like, so at his peak like income, he at least made $300,000 a year. Do you know anybody who would make that much money? He was making more money than a fucking doctor back then. Like, what the fuck? And he was like, and guess what? Guess what? Guess what he spent that all on? Well, he spent it on a big house, a BMW, spent it on, I don't know, his overpriced mansion. He spent it on KFC, DoorDash, gin, WWE champions. That's a big one. Yeah, Phil spends at least like 80% of his annual income on WWE champions. He almost gives he almost barely gives the minimum to the IRS, which that's how he begs for people to pay off his taxes. Like, I don't know how behind he is on his back taxes, but there is bank leaks, right? A troll showed his bank leaks of Phil, where like at least like what $40,000 a year goes to WWE champions. In total, it had to have been like annually, like in total of all time, Phil must have put like at least 300 grand in that account. Which is crazy to think of. It was a mobile game. It's a gacha game you play on your phone. It plays like Bejeweled, right? Anybody can pick it up and play it, right? So it boggles my mind. How the fuck could someone spend that much? And DSP wants you to think like, oh, that's not my account, guys. Why do you think I spend that much money? You admitted it to PPP. There is so much evidence against you confirming that that was your account. The trolls are like the expert forensic scientists. They dug through the internet and found out that was Phil. So there's no hiding it anymore, Phil. You wasted all of that money on WWE champions. Think about that. PPP is from Kino Casino. He was pretty much blaring out all his secrets to Warski and PPP from Kino Casino. He thought PPP was his best friend. I don't know what I think that's his acronym for something else. I don't know what his something. You guys if you guys know about Kino Casino, you guys got to let me know in the chat. But, okay, I got to get into the meat of the video. I'm talking way too much.
Last night, while we were doing the Lego stream building this guy, I went ahead.
If I keep talking, I'm never going to get through this.
Did my Switch 2 pre-orders, and basically what I should have done, quite frankly, if you want to know the truth, now I didn't think about it. I should have just said, guys, I'm going offline for 30 minutes.
How old is DSP? He's 43 now. His birthday was April 7th, I think.
No one would know about them. No one can mess with them. Nothing.
He's 43 years old. He looks like he's 60. Look how raggedy his goatee is, man. Look at all the shit in the background. Look at all the kids' toys in the background. Bro, I have kids' toys too, but it's like he puts them all over the place. I have like a little plushie, maybe a virtual boy back there, but that's it. Look at all the shit he has in the background. He has like Minecraft toys. He has like a fucking Minecraft thing. He has a Lego set. He has a dress-up king's crown. Buddy, come on. You're 43. Maybe I can get away with it because I'm 26. And it's maybe if you have like maybe one plushie in the background, it's socially acceptable, but I was previously known for plushies. I was like the SML back in my day without the offensive shit, but that's besides the point.
A normal person would be like, why would I have to do that? That's not a big
deal. Yeah, chat, the virtual boy's right behind me. Take a look. See? Right next to the plushie. There you go. I guess my big ass hat's blocking it.
Your Switch is not a big deal. But me doing it immediately means that every mentally stunted, mentally challenged, mentally ill person on the internet comes after me and tries to figure out a way to ruin this for me.
Now, Phil, why do you think people fuck with you that much? Why do you think people troll you? It's because you're a piece of shit. You treat your fans like shit. Every single viewer you treat them as dollar signs. If they don't give you money, you don't give a fuck about them. Like, you've banned so many people, you've yelled at people, you raged at them. There was so much shit you've done to people. You've snaked John Rambo, you snaked a bunch of your dents. You scammed a bunch of people. Like, I can't go over all the scams because there's way too many. But he's a piece of shit. He's a scumbag. He never stops lying to you. And for that, we're never going to trust you. And you've turned against your audience. You're the laughingstock of the internet. Why do you think people fuck with you? Gee, I wonder. Is it really... So here's the question. Are you honestly the problem at the end of the day, or is the whole world the problem? Common sense tells me that Phil's the problem. And he did this to himself. Let's keep going.
Still having a Switch 2. Well, to be honest, I'm not impressed with the launch lineup. Mario Kart World is the one game I'm really interested in. I also wanted to try out that demo game that you have to pay like $10 for to try the technology out or whatever. But outside of that, no, not really, right? Like, you don't really have to. There's not much that's going to happen with the launch of Switch 2. But for me, as a creator...
Oh, bullshit, Phil. You wanted those day one views. Look how desperate he is for those day one views. Look at his face. Yo, I always pause at like the right moments with Phil. It's amazing. But have you guys heard how much Phil was crying on the internet because his PS5 was delayed? When the PS5 first came out, Phil wanted those day one views, and he wanted to get the PS5 ASAP. He wanted the fastest delivery, and the moment when Amazon told him that his PS5 was going to be a day or two late, Phil was not having it. He was so upset. He was like, oh, Amazon sucks. They can't do anything right. They're a bunch of idiots. Like, over a PlayStation 5. Phil, you're in your 40s, bro. Get the fuck over it. Day one views don't even matter to YouTubers anymore. They used to be like a big hype train in like, what, the 2010s? Something like that? Stupid couch. But now it's just like everyone who covers the PlayStation 5 or the Nintendo Switch 2, who the fuck cares about day one views anymore? It's almost like it doesn't even matter. And even if it did, would anybody tune in to react to Phil on his day one views on the Switch 2? No one would. Nobody gives a fuck about your gameplay, Phil. Nobody cares about how you cover games. Well, maybe you do. Maybe some people do, but that's only if you fail in rage. Only the trolls to clip you and get crash out moments like this. But Phil, no one gives a fuck. Like, you would not get that many views when you're covering the Switch 2. Like, save yourself the trouble, man. But you can't anyway because you got canceled. Your orders got canceled, and now you're suffering.
Be able to unbox it live on launch day, to hook it up, to test it. That is primo content. Day one views, day one infinity.
He did the same thing with the Xbox Series X too.
That's the kind of
but I'll tell you about that later.
Respect from me from over the years. I did it with PS5. I did it with PS4, Xbox One. Right? I did it, back in the day with the Wii U. I did eventually do it with the Switch. I did it with my first...
Jay Morley, are you talking about Andy Ditch, or is that someone else?
And eventually I did do that with the Xbox Series X, although it was late to the game because I didn't get it right away, right? This is the good content people like.
No, they don't! Nobody likes this content, Phil. No one gives a fuck about you covering... You're so boring, bro! Who is watching this shit? It's so cringe, bro. No one cares about you.
Launch day, and let's get Phil's honest opinion on it. Right? So
I like your profile pic,
I planned
Cosmic.
it out. I literally had created accounts on every single site. Best Buy, Target, Amazon, Walmart. Had them all lined up. Had everything ready to go. All the payment information was in there. The addresses were in there. So when these pre-orders went live, I could do it. And I did. I tried all of them. Best Buy crapped out, didn't work.
I love the edits.
Check out.
Nope. The only people that would give Phil the time of day is Walmart, the poor man's store, right, Phil? That's what you said. Walmart was for poor people. How's that treating you? Oh, he's a different one before Andy Ditch. I don't even know if I really want to cover Andy Ditch. Andy Ditch is so fucking gross.
Card I got. Walmart was in the cart. Not only one, but the two different versions. The base Switch 2 and the Switch 2 bundle. So I'm thinking, wow, I can maybe have one for personal use here for the business, and one, maybe I can give it to my wife, maybe I could give it away to a fan.
No, you wouldn't, Phil! Stop lying! I already covered why you would never do a giveaway. Stop. You know what it is? Phil's gonna be like, he's gonna be like, oh, well, I would have given it away, guys. So since I had plans to give it away when I had it, but I guess now I can't. Oh well. How much do you want to bet that would have been the case? He would never give it away. It's sort of like, it's like a hypothetical scenario Phil came up with because he's coping about how he had the Switch 2. He's kind of like dangling it in front of people's face. It's like, oh, I was going to do a giveaway. Here's a free Switch 2 for a fan. And now that the trolls fucked with me, no, I can't do a giveaway now. It's like, Phil, shut the fuck up. You're a piece of shit. We're not buying it. We don't believe you. Onision, maybe. We could do Onision. I need to learn more about Onision.
It's a backup. Because remember, when I bought the Switch 1, it bricked within 24 hours, and I was stuck without a Switch for several months. To have the backup is absolutely awesome.
Oh, I gotta find that clip, actually, of Phil getting a Switch bricked.
I lucked out and was able to get another one. Alright? But my problem is very simple. I, still to this day, try to maintain a level of normalcy. So because I did this online, immediately my online stalkers decided to ruin it for me. And basically, here's what happened, okay? It went through, done deal. Payment was charged, everything good. So we went back to the stream, and I completed, as far as I could, this bill. We hit the goal, so that's great. Now we hit 30 goals hit, which means we're doing the Chipotle DSP tries it today. All right.
Wait, why do you have 40 goals for $150 each? Or is that... Oh, no, that's something like that. I don't know what that fuck. I think it's like $150 for each goal. How fucking greedy are you where you want to reach 40 $150 goals consecutively? Okay, so the King's Tax. That's another story. So basically, when he thought Kino Casino was his friends, Andy and Ash would call him King. They'd be like, "Yes, my king! Get him, king! You're doing God's work, king!" And Phil actually thought he was a king. This guy's a fucking narcissist. So you could see in the background here, you could see that dress-up Burger King crown. Yeah, Phil, that's a thing because Phil thinks he's an actual king. He calls his donations the King's Tax. If that doesn't scream narcissism, I don't know what is. How are you in love with yourself that much is beyond me. Is your head so far up your own ass, like you could probably smell your own farts? That's probably it. Probably why he loves it.
Around 9:45-ish. All right, I logged off. I said, all right, I got to get going.
No, he does not have children, though.
That you guys aren't aware of. Number one, because I bought...
He can't have children with his wife because she's obese. Yeah, the detractors call him Fat Cat. If you guys want to see what she looks like, I can pull up a video at some point maybe, but it's funny. It's actually really funny.
My bank account, and I tried to do it for the second one, and my bank account thought it was a fraudulent transaction and froze my account. So I had to contact the bank.
Oh, the account froze.
Okay. The other one, I went through a different payment method. All right. That's how I got both Switch 2s. So actually, the orders were a little staggered. One checked out at one point and one checked out at another point via different payment methods. Okay. So as soon as the stream went offline, I had to sit and wait on hold. All right, for like 40 minutes with my bank to get the bank account unfrozen.
Well, actually, there is speculation that DSP did prey on Leanna before she turned 18. That was Phil's first girlfriend, I think. So basically, Phil was like 11 years older than Leanna, his old girlfriend, when he was like... So she started dating... They supposedly talked before she turned 18. Something like that. Whether it was sexual or not, that's not too clear. But anyway, as soon as Leanna turned 18, she moved in with Phil, and they moved across the country together, away from her family in Seattle, from Pennsylvania. She moved to Seattle with him. Thankfully, she broke up with him, I think, a couple years later after that. But there is speculation that Leanna was underage when him and Phil were talking. I think DSP was like, how old was he? He was like 29 when he started dating Leanna at 18. It was fucking weird. But that's pretty much the only evidence we have. But I don't think DSP is really... He's not another Joey. He isn't, chat. Not to my concern, unless there's like hard proof of it. We may never know. But that's what some trolls are saying. I don't know. I need some more confirmation on that.
Other things and pay bills and things, okay? So, as that's happening, I'm doing other things. I actually filmed the daily wrap, and the first daily wrap I filmed was like triumphant. Wow, what a great day. We had an amazing stream of...
Yes! I have triumphed! I have bought 2 Switch 2s! Who the fuck does that, man? That's cringe.
Oblivion, and we hit my goals. We built the Lego, and we hit the goals. I got my Switch 2s pre-ordered. Amazing day. So I finished recording that, all right? And I was actually about to start, like, uploading while I was on hold with my bank. And all of a sudden, I get an email. And it says, you have successfully canceled your order.
Oh, no!
I started reading the email.
Not the orders!
And it says, congratulations, you have successfully canceled
Even the email was also dunking on Phil. Congratulations, you no longer have a Switch 2. I know that's not intentional, but it's like...
Switch 2 pre-order. And I looked at it.
Oh, no.
The one that was the base unit, not the bundle.
He lost both of them. Oh, no.
And I said, obviously, I did not do that. So the first thing I did is I logged in to my account. Okay. The thing is, I have various ways to log into everything. I make sure that I'm not limited to only one way. All right. So I have all these backups, these, safeguards, so that I can log into things multiple different avenues. So I logged into my Walmart account to find out that someone had access to it. Okay. And I could tell.
I think he's lying here.
Changed the password on the account. Okay. In addition, they started messing with the account, meaning they were adding and removing things to my cart.
I don't think that's true. I think Phil's just making this shit up. Because we actually got confirmation from Duty that the orders were canceled remotely on just calling the customer service. No one hacked into your account. Nobody socially engineered my Walmart profile. No one did that. If there is, you gotta prove it, Phil. But you're not gonna do that because you're a little bitch, aren't you?
So I'm thinking, how could this possibly have happened? All right. And as I'm doing that, trying to figure it out, they canceled my second Switch 2.
Suff a pig! What? No!
And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's pretty messed up. So, of course, I try to contact customer support, and I tried to get them on the phone, and I'm not even kidding, they hang up on you.
Maybe they hang up on you, Phil. They actually go out of their way to try to help you, but you're probably fucking yelling at them like, why did you cancel my order? I wanted the Switch 2. A troll isn't hacking my... Who the fuck would want to deal with that? I would hang up too if I was a customer service rep. You know, the funny thing is when the police investigated like the trolls, like when Phil called the police, like I think it was someone like Broside Phil was interviewing one of the former police officers, and I think the officer called Phil a 220 case, which if you don't know, 220 in Renton, Washington means a mentally disturbed individual. So even the police thought this guy was fucking crazy, which so I can imagine just listening to Phil on the other end of a call, just him bitching and complaining how a 43-year-old man has not gotten a Switch 2. I would understand if it was for a kid, right? If you have a son and you want to get him the Switch 2 for his birthday. Phil doesn't have any kids. He has a cat. He has a wife named Cat and a cat named Jasper. And actually, we've just found out he owned a rabbit who passed away. And people are theorizing he actually owns a bunch of other exotic animals, like a bird. Probably a bunch of birds. So Phil has a fucking zoo in his house. But in any case, yeah, that's besides the point. If that would be understandable. If you had a son who and you want the Switch 2, you want to get it for him. But Phil just wants the Switch 2 for himself. He wants day one views on it. Do you think any reasonable guy would want to listen to his stupid shit? No one would. We could cover Putz 12 Godzilla at some point. I think that'd be a great idea. His Nintendo Crashout was funny. But this, Phil, think of that times 10,000. I don't know.
And you go through and you say, okay, I want to talk to a rep because none of your automated options are going to help me here. And they say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you just said. And then the phone hangs up.
What? I can't hear you. You're breaking up. We're going in a tunnel. Hang up. I didn't want to deal with this dumbass. Dude, that is so fucking funny. How much do you want to bet that was the case? I think that was 100% the case.
How they treat you on the line, they hang up on you at Walmart. Do you see why I don't like to do business with Walmart? And I've said this before, they're just a really bad...
Then why did you order from Walmart? Why? You said Walmart was for poor people, yet you ordered 2 Switch 2s from Walmart. I thought you had standards, Phil. What happened to that? Why are you a double-edged sword? Why do you flip-flop like Rich Review Tech USA? Phil today, I hate Walmart. Phil tomorrow, I ordered 2 Switch 2s from Walmart. Bro, what did Walmart ever do to you? It's a decent company. They give you low prices. You could fit right in if you claim that's for poor people, right? Why do you keep begging for money all the time? It's because you're poor. You spent all your money on a mobile game.
Company to deal with. So I ended up going to their chat service.
He's broke.
Okay. And going through their chat service, of course, you talk to someone at a customer service center on the other side of the planet, but they're doing their best to help you. So I start to explain the situation, all right? And of course, they're utterly confused. They don't know if I'm contacting them to complain about the orders canceled. They don't know if I'm contacting them to find out how someone has access to my account. So
I would be very confused with your situation too, Phil.
Head is spinning, and this is just someone in a call center who's trying to help me basically with a notebook or step-by-step instruction fact on how to deal with customers, and they don't have any idea how they're supposed to help. Okay, they don't. So basically, they had to go get their supervisor involved, and after a lengthy discussion, here's what we verified. Someone contacted Walmart basically saying they were me. They had my name, my address, my phone number, my email, you know, public information. Not that that should be public information. It shouldn't, but it is.
Well, Phil, whose fault really was it for putting it out there on the internet? Whose fault really was it for people you put your information out, you show it off for the whole world to see, thinking no one's gonna do anything with it? Whose fault is that? I didn't post your information. Where do you think the fans got their information from? I didn't have it. You have it. You were the one that showed it to us. So you didn't suspect a single thing. If trolls already had your information, you already had your address doxed, right? You already have your phone number doxed, right? You have your email that's public, right? Your full name is public too. You're a public figure. But when you know people have your information, why do you go out of your way to show them more information? Your order number! You showed that off for everybody to see! What is wrong with you? You can't make this up! This is all your fault!
Because people doxed me 10 years ago, right? My address and phone number were doxed by trolls on the internet a long, long time ago. And it never should have been public information, but it is. Okay? So, should Walmart have been able to grant access to a third party with that information? No. And I confirmed that. They absolutely...
Well, how would the Walmart customer service know that they weren't actually talking to Phil? How would they have known? They just work there. They don't make a lot of wages. What do you think, they're going to investigate? Are they going to do a forensic search to know this is actually Phil's identity when you already gave out your fucking personal information to use against him in the first place? You made it so easy for the trolls! This dude is shooting himself in the foot and then trying to blame it on others. Kai, you nailed it right on the head. This is exactly what's happening.
They should never have done that. It should have only been done...
This is just projection at this point.
Set up, including, you know, like a text message code or an email to a different unassociated email address with a confirmation code, or using a third-party app to have a specialty authentication.
Well, yes, there is two-factor authentication, but Phil, did you truly put two-factor authentication on your thing? Maybe you didn't. Maybe that's why they got it through easily. Have you ever thought about that, you dumbass? All of this is not even relevant anyway, because the trolls kind of just used the information. They did it remotely. That had nothing to do with hacking your account. all the stuff about him hacking the account, it's all bullshit.
Authenticity code, all these methods. But someone who works at Walmart wasn't that smart and said, "Oh, I'll just believe you," and they sent the person through.
Well, would you expect Walmart customer service to be a fucking detective? How would they have known? They just work minimum wage jobs. It's not their job to investigate who's doing what. You know, like, you know, I get it. Someone pretended to be you. But funny enough how it's only you and no one pretends to be any other streamer except for Phil. Cuz no one else is a fucking scammer, no one's a lying piece of shit. No one's any of that, right? Only Phil is. If anything, the only person who deserves something like this, it's Phil. And I'm glad Phil is getting this shit. Because he's a piece of shit and he deserves it.
I think it was like a chat, the authorization code, which you're not supposed to do. So my account was socially engineered.
No, it wasn't.
What does social engineering mean?
This is coping.
It means that despite the fact
Look at this.
that you have things in place to stop unauthorized access, some moron does the wrong thing because they believe a lie.
But the sad fact is, there's morons who bought that.
Someone says they're
Blaming other people for your mistake, Phil. If you didn't stream yourself ordering the Switch 2, maybe this wouldn't have happened, Phil. Have you ever thought about that? Huh? No, you probably didn't, because you can't admit you fucked up. It's against your ego. It will hurt your pride.
Does something they're not supposed to do, granting access to that unauthorized party. So someone was sent a code that they were not supposed to be sent. They then logged into my account. They canceled the
This is all lies.
pre-orders. They changed the password to my account, and then they were in the process of adding things to cart because they were going to try to buy things that I didn't want to screw with my money. So basically, I got control of the account through the real methods that you're supposed to use. I was able to change the password, and by setting up another level of authorization, it kicked them out. So they don't have access anymore. They were literally like removed, kicked out.
This is all lies and cope.
And now I have access and ownership of the Walmart account again. Not that it makes any difference.
This crash out is all about a Switch 2, by the way. Just remember that.
To the customer service, well, what do we do now? And they said, there's nothing we can do. Switch 2 sold out. You're out of luck. The best we can do is...
The Switch 2 is sold out, Phil. You're not getting the Switch 2. Suffer, Phil. This is a man denied the Switch 2, and he's just crying tears on the internet.
They actually gave me a...
He's just giving these poor customer service reps a hard time. Phil is the ultimate Karen. It is so. I feel bad for some of these workers who don't get paid enough to put up with people like this guy. I know because I was a former Target employee. I used to work those type of jobs, and I would deal with insufferable people like this guy. Granted, not as bad as Phil. Thankfully, it never came to that. But there were people who were really fucking annoying. So I understand what it's like doing that. But Phil going out of his way, calling these people who actually contribute to society morons. He calls Amazon morons. He calls Walmart morons. He calls Best Buy morons. He hates everybody, right? He hates people who actually work. Real jobs. Who are making an honest living. Phil, his job is to walk 5 steps to his office. More like waddle because he's fucking fat. He's way out of shape. And then he just sits down, turns on the stream. Guys, give me money. Money. Where's the money? Imagine that being your job. Imagine telling your family that's what you do for a living. Ay, ay, ay.
Like, what's the point of that? I'm not getting the Switch 2. So for your inconvenience, here's a credit to your account, and we'll let you know when the Switch 2 is back in stock so that you can order it.
They gave him that credit so he could just shut up. They just did that for him so like they didn't want to deal with a fucking Karen. They're just like, you know what? Fuck you. Here's your credit, you piece of shit. Now leave us alone.
Oh, we'll put you on the list and you get a notification from us. When the
Gooning? He probably does that too soon.
someone at your company
Probably not on camera anymore.
dumbass, and through completely illegal means granted access to my personal account and information, even though they weren't supposed to. And the thing you're gonna do for me is give me a few bucks.
No one hacked your account, Phil.
Wow, that sounds like a
Sounds like to me you're begging for Walmart to give you
But
more
again,
credit.
I am the exception to the rule. I am the person who has this stuff happen. 99.9999999% of the populace, this would never happen. And by the way, for the record, this person...
Well, why do you think this doesn't happen to other people, Phil? Why do you think you're the unique person who gets trolled? Can someone help me out, chat? Can someone explain to me why Phil, all the bad stuff happens to Phil? He's such an honest guy, guys. He's just an everyday streamer, just entertaining people, playing games, having fun, chilling out, doing his podcast. No. Because everybody fucking hates you, Phil. You've treated people so badly over the years. I don't think it takes a genius to know. Even people who don't know who darksydephil is know darksydephil is a piece of shit. So, like, I bet this happens to probably any other lolcow who like gets their fucking that absolutely hates them, right? Phil is definitely a very hated guy. He did not make any friends over the years. He has no friends at all, actually. He burnt all the bridges with his friends. So there you go. He's just a really greasy scumbag human being. And that's why people fuck with you.
was trying to do this from the moment that I ordered the Switch 2s, which was around 9 p.m., till past 10 p.m. Like, it took them a while to find someone who was gullible enough to believe them and give them access to the account. They had been trying to do it for over an hour before they finally found the sucker who believed them. So probably they did this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times and kept backing out and trying again until finally they found someone stupider.
Well, in his mind, Phil thinks he's in the right. He's always in the right. He never does anything wrong. Like, he's just like, I don't know how delusional this guy is to think that everybody else is the problem and you're not the problem, right? Even dark side in his name sounds like Star Wars. Well, he spells side with a Y, not an I, which is really fucking stupid, by the way.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is the problem.
Well, this is coming from someone named xplodinapple. I think my buddy Ben actually like chatted in his chat. It's like, hey, do you know who xplodinapple is? And I think Phil was just like, who the hell's xplodinapple? That sounds like a stupid name. So, am I really one to talk about how you spell darksydephil? I don't know.
Customer support on the other side of the planet with people who don't understand shit, sitting in a call center looking at a step-by-step instructional guide on how to help someone, because they don't understand that people can actually do malicious things and mess with people's livelihood. Like, for example, thank God I got into the account when I did and I changed everything. They could have been adding things to my Walmart cart and checking out and spending my money. Cancel all those orders before they ship.
How long did this take you to make this one up, Phil?
A bunch of shit that I didn't want to order, and I never authorized payment on. So I want you to think about how messed up this is, okay? Now, I am going to say something, and I've had enough of this shit.
Oh, here it comes! Here it comes, chat! Here comes the crash out! This is where Phil becomes a very, very angry boy.
Since last night, I announced that this had happened to me, okay? Every motherfucker on the planet is trying to blame me.
Yes!
You showed an email. You showed an order number.
Yes! You did that, Phil! You did that!
You said it was Walmart. You said it was... Now listen. Again, I will admit this. I should have just gone offline to do this.
There you go! Take the L! But you're not going to take it.
Said I got it from Walmart. I never should have done any of that. I should have said, I'm going to pre-order, and I'll be back. And I should have just ran break stuff, break music and slides, instead of sitting here doing it and telling you guys the process, because I thought it was kind of exciting, and you guys were excited to see if I was going to get it or not, right? So I thought it would be good content, and it was good content, quite frankly. People liked it who were on the stream. But God forbid that I make good content, right? Because I'm not allowed. If I do that, I'm at risk. And this is the point I keep making to you guys.
Who says that ordering from Walmart and buying a Switch 2 is good content? You know what that sounds to me like? It sounds to me like you wanted to show off. It sounds to me like you wanted to fucking flex. Look at me, guys. I got 2 Switch 2s and you don't. Ha ha. I got 2 Switch 2s and you don't have anything. Switch 2 sold out. I got my Switch, losers. Yeah, and then when the trolls cancel, it's like, guys, someone social engineered my account, and I have no Switch 2s. The trolls are such horrible people. You brought that on yourself. It's called fucking karma, man. It is the greatest, bro. When shitty people like darksydephil get exactly what they deserve, and I'm here for all of it.
This is why I can't go film in my house. I can't do IRL vlogging. I can't do any of that shit because that stuff is an actual risk. So the fact that I sat here saying, oh, I'm pre-ordering from Walmart. Oh, here's the confirmation email. That literally put me at risk because they could socially engineer the account.
No, they
all the moronic shit that the tinfoil hat wearing idiots are saying. Go fuck yourself.
But we were right! We were right! We're the moronic tinfoil hat idiots. We told you, and it's right! You shouldn't have done that! Everything about the social engineer shit, that's all a lie. You're trying to do this, you're trying to make that narrative to become a victim. Because whenever you're not on top, you act like a pathetic victim. This guy tries to make it both ways. He's either the tough guy of the internet. Oh, if any trolls are on here, I'm gonna ban them. You're gonna be out of here. But then, as soon as Phil gets felt, it's like, oh, why me? Why does this always happen to me? Oh, I'm such a victim. Trolls are screwing with me.
Go fuck yourself. All right? No, Walmart didn't cancel my pre-orders because I ordered 2 Switches, and there's a 1 Switch per household policy. That never happened. No, 100% fucking false. It was outright.
That's 100% a lie.
Access to my account. They were adding shit to my cart and they changed my password, you dumb fucks. You're fucking insane. Let's blame Phil in every situation. And even on top of that anyway, it's still a crime that was committed. Even if I told you I ordered from Walmart.
How is it a crime that trolls canceled your... You got your money back. They didn't steal money from you. The fuck are you talking about?
It's still a fucking crime to impersonate someone's identity. It's called identity fraud, identity theft.
They didn't steal your identity, Phil. What are you talking about? I can maybe give him that with the bank leaks because I don't condone people breaking into Phil's account, but I bet, like, you know, canceling Phil's Switch 2 order, let's say, let me ask you guys a question. If you guys have, like, if Phil shows his order number, you guys already know his personal information. He also showed his address on the stream because he knows he already got doxxed. And he's so stupid. Do you know how easy it is to call customer service, tell them what your order number is, and cancel it? There's a reason why you shouldn't show your order number, you fucking idiot. It's even though that's his fault, even though we're the idiots, a crime gets committed. Well, what'd you think was going to happen, dude? Like I said, I don't condone that at all. But again, on the internet, anything can really happen. So yelling at trolls, if anything, it's just gonna make them do this more. So you're really giving them what they want. Phil is feeding the trolls. I don't know who said that in the chat, but like They were absolutely right. Phil always feeds the trolls, despite him saying he never does. He absolutely does.
It's a fucking federal crime. And this is like the 10th time it's happened to me. This happened to me with accounts years ago, and that's why I had to redo my entire fucking bank account and all of that shit. It happened with my utilities. Now it happens again. This social engineering.
Womp womp.
And no one out there is equipped to handle it. None of these companies understand the level that people will go to fuck with someone just because they're mentally ill.
Well, why is it their problem? Why is this Walmart's problem? Really, why is this Walmart's problem? That you have trolls. It's not. Yo, Kyler, thank you so much for a $5 super chat. Let's go. Just to be honest, iShow Speed was a disgrace in the past, but Speed is redeemable, unlike Bossman Jack and Darksydephil, who will never be redeemed. I think Darksydephil is kind of irredeemable. He had so many times where he could just redeem himself, but he didn't. He's just like he had so many opportunities where he could just right the wrongs, and he never does. He always thinks he's in the right. Phil will never admit wrong at all. It's insane. Bossman Jack, I feel like Bossman Jack can be a little bit redeemed because I think he actually does have a fan base with people who support his content, right? But I don't know what his deal is. I think right now he's in rehab. I went over this last show, but what ended up happening was Bossman Jack started gambling in rehab and streaming that on Discord. So he has so many opportunities to redeem himself from his gambling addiction. Because that's fucking serious. That's something Bossman Jack and Phil have that they have in common. They both have gambling addictions. And like they should better themselves from it. But Bossman Jack is not given that opportunity. But I feel like Bossman Jack has a better chance of getting redeemed than Darksydephil. That's just my take on it. Like Bossman Jack, I think his worst crime is just being a gambler and formally breaking into cars. But yeah, but I don't know. But it's not as bad as being a fucking scumbag every single day. But
no real safeguards against it. At any moment, any employee
was he being racist at rehab? Probably.
Of any company could be a moron and grant access to all of your shit, even if you have 1-factor, 2-factor, 3-factor, 7-factor authorization. You have apps that authorize. It doesn't matter. They say, oh, okay, I believe you. Here's a code. Go ahead. There's nothing you can do. So what I have to do moving forward...
It's your fault, Phil. Suck it.
From now on, I literally have to not make anything public that involves anything like this.
Good. Stay hiding, hermit. Never leave your house. Never go out and hang out with people in real life anymore. You turned down like a $50,000 Keemstar opportunity. You turned down PPP, who would have given you an all-expense paid trip to Miami by a cat sitter, have you spend your honeymoon with your wife. You turned it down because you thought the trolls were going to find you. This guy, man. Oh my god, you can't make it up. This guy is so fucking paranoid. He is so scared of the trolls. It is so funny, bro.
Alright guys, I'll see you later. I'll be back. You know, that's just it. You know, there's nothing that I can do about it. It's just insane. And again, oh, well, this is Phil's fault. How?
Explain how. What?
Tell me how someone actually committing a crime is my fault. Oh, you showed an email. What's your fucking point, you incredible mouth jeweler?
Because you fucking... because you know people will fuck with you, yet you still give out your personal information that will hurt you. You fucking idiot. This would not have happened if you showed your order number. He's so dumb.
You incredible brainless twit.
Oh, I'm the brainless twit. Oh.
That doesn't give someone the right to impersonate me.
I just love the iCarly like sitcom gasp. I love how this guy edits these videos. It's funny.
That they're me, fool a customer service rep into thinking they're me to get access to my account, cancel orders, put things in my car, and change my password.
Look how greasy his hair is. Wait, did you see how much sweat? You see he's getting sweaty. He's getting really fucking sweaty. Just him crashing out. I gotta listen to that again.
You incredible brainless twig. So what if I showed an email that doesn't give someone the right to impersonate me, say that they're me, fool a customer service rep into thinking they're me, to get access to my account, cancel orders, put things in my car, and change my password? That's all illegal. You fucking moron.
Okay, so what's you ranting about it going to do? Is that going to get them to stop? No. So what's the point? It already happened.
You fucking idiot. Unreal, man. So, what does this mean? How do I proceed? And what do we do? Okay? Well, first off,
Maybe don't show your fucking personal information anymore, you dumbass.
just for the record, it's sold out everywhere.
No Switch for you, Phil!
My card at Target, it never worked. They just air it out endlessly and you could never buy it. Best Buy didn't work. They didn't launch at 9 p.m. like they were supposed to. They launched at like 9:20, 9:30. It aired out repeatedly and almost no one could get it from there either. Okay? I tried GameStop this morning. Their website wouldn't even work. I tried the app.
Phil, it's sold out. Just give up. You're never gonna get your Switch 2 in time.
Loaded again. It just said, oh, not available. So I can't buy it through official means. And the thing is, I want to. You have to understand something. All right? I wanted to buy the Switch 2. I had every intention of paying my own hard-earned money.
Oh, your own hard-earned money. What, for begging for other people's hard-earned money is your hard-earned money? Okay, Phil.
To get the Switch 2. These crazy criminals, these mentally stunted morons, are the reasons why I can't just do normal shit through normal.
You reap what you sow, Phil. You are who you attract. Suffer, Phil. You piss people off, you get the trolls.
Wanted to do was just buy a Switch so I could do it as a launch coverage like I am entitled to as a content creator. Like
Entitled? Who the fuck is entitled to it? Hold on. Please don't make me lose my spot.
As a launch coverage like I am entitled to as a content
Entitled,
creator. Every other
okay.
human who has money, I should have been able to do it.
I demand a Nintendo Switch 2 alongside a plate of ribs, sire. I think that's probably what would have happened in Phil's end, maybe.
Instead, I have to have federal crimes committed against me. Alright? So,
What if you wanted the Nintendo Switch 2 and money, but God said you will get federal crime and trolls?
I don't know what else to say. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up situation. So, number one, I'm just gonna tell you this. Alright? I'm gonna make this abundantly clear.
Oh boy, here it
No
comes.
longer am I
Here it
going to
comes.
listen to or entertain any moron or idiot who says, Phil, you over-exaggerate. Phil, you make stuff up. Phil, you do this for sympathy.
Yes!
You do this because you want free shit.
Yes!
I don't want anyone to donate anything to me. Do you understand?
Oh, but what was that thing saying? Like, oh, I don't know how to get a Switch now. Oh, maybe if I can get a fan, maybe donate me a Switch 2, maybe I'll feel better. Oh, let's pretend like that didn't happen, Phil. Shut the fuck up.
I wanted to buy the Switch 2 last night. That ability to just make an actual commercial transaction was taken away from me.
Where are my flapjacks?
Was it say, hey, everyone, please buy me a Switch 2. Please donate a Switch 2. No, I wanted to buy
Yes, that's exactly what you did. You, like, sneaked begged. It wasn't a full-on beg, but you sneaked begged.
Let me. Do you get it? How fucked up that is? I work hard. People support my content because they like it. I earn money that I should be able to spend on whatever I want. I shouldn't have to worry about pussyfooting around, being incredibly afraid that I say or do something that might jeopardize myself or my family's privacy, or have someone...
Oh, here we go.
federal crime.
Oh, guys, if I show my information, it's gonna hurt my family. If I do IRL stuff, it's gonna hurt the family. What family, Phil? Your fat wife and a bunch of animals is your family. You don't give a fuck about your parents. You used your parents for people to sympathize with you to get more money out of them. Like, guys, my parents are dying. I have to travel all the way to Connecticut. Please give me money. My parents are dying. You didn't do that, Phil? Oh, come on. You don't give a fuck about your parents. You don't care about your family. Shut the fuck up. You left them in Connecticut. You have not seen them since. Maybe since your wedding with Kat, aka the arranged marriage. Because didn't you lie and say that you were visiting Connecticut because you also said that your parents were dying like 5 years ago? And then lo and behold, you spent all... Yeah, I remember that. You wanted $17,000 because the IRS was going to take your house away, right? I remember this very, very well. It was around 2019, 2020, something like that. This guy begged for $17,000 so he doesn't lose his house. Do you know what he does with that money instead? He gets fucking married and flies to Connecticut. He spent it on a wedding. He fucking lied. He spent his honeymoon just arguing with trolls on Twitter. It was amazing.
To impersonate me, to try to fuck with me and my livelihood. You get it? Like, that should never happen in any circumstance. It's
well, any job except him, probably not.
In any way, shape, or form, in any time or place, it's not right. So enough with your, oh, Phil deserves it. Phil showed the email.
Yes, you do deserve it. You're a piece of shit.
Phil ordered 2 switches. You're fucking stupid. You're the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. Kiss my fucking hairy ass.
Oh.
Out of their way to commit a federal
wow, Phil. This isn't very positive. I thought you were doing positive content. Positive streams. Positivity. I thought that was the key. I thought that was your whole shtick. This isn't positive, Phil. What the heck? I think I saw someone comment on this video. It's like, I got banned for saying in the chat, this is such a positive stream.
And now it's time to fucking suffer. Because here.
Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do? Is that a threat? Phil, is that a threat? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna call the police on the trolls? What are you gonna do? To tell your mommy? Look at this pose. I want you to buy me a Switch too. Uncle Sam wants you to join the Dents, to buy Phil a Switch, and to combat the trolls. The trolls will suffer. What the fuck is this? Look, come on. Look how pathetic this is. Look at that shit.
Suffer, you dumb fuck. You ready for this? Why do you think I have been around for 17 years?
Oh boy, here comes Grandpa telling his origin story. Back in my day, 17 years ago, I made content for YouTube. And I was the most popular guy around the block. And I've been here because I am persistent. I am stubborn. Phil, you're a fucking joke. Any normal person would have given this up by now. But there's something mentally wrong with you to the point where you just realize you can't do that.
Do you think it was chance? Do you think it was coincidence? Do you think that for some reason I just magically stayed?
Yes, actually, because you knew you would get more money with this than a normal job. Why do you think you beg every day? You're such a boring person. You're not entertaining. You're actually a piece of shit. You're the opposite of entertaining. Well, actually, no, I take that back. That's why I'm watching you right now. You're entertaining for the wrong reasons, right? People don't want to watch you because of your great gameplay. Nobody wants to watch you because you're a former pro fighting game player, which you're not. You're actually terrible at Street Fighter. People watch you because it's hilarious and so fucking funny to watch a 40-year-old man baby like cry about internet trolls. It is so funny. And crash out and fail and rage at life. That's why people watch you, Phil. It's not about being persistent. It's because you have to do it.
Gentlemen, the reason that I'm still here after 17 years is one fucking word. Begging.
Begging!
I don't fail or falter. I don't fall down on my knees crying, oh my god, it's all over, they got me.
You might as well, Phil.
When people fuck with me, I use that as motivation to continue forward positively.
Oh, I thought... Wait, Phil, I thought you gave up the King of Hate. I thought you said the King of Hate was negative. Now you're bringing it back? What? Phil, that's not positive. I thought you weren't the King of Hate anymore.
To my guns, to keep doing what I know is the right thing to do. And that's why people still care about DarksydePhil in 2025.
Who does? Nobody cares. Who? Look at his face. He's seething. People care about me in 2025. I know there's another Derek out there. I know there's another OIC. No real person cares about you, Phil. They just want to watch you get trolled. That's all they want to do. They want everybody who watches you is either a dent or a troll. And most of them are trolls that want to see you crash out in rage and give us legendary moments like this. It is amazing.
It's not because I sold out and became a shill like one half of the internet. I'm not a sellout. I'm not a shill. And it's not because I became a toxic bully who gets into drama and awful content like the other half of the internet. It's because I am a man alone standing on an island making content the way no one else dares to be different, to not hurt others, and to say no matter what you throw against.
Yeah, you don't, and you refuse to not grow your channel. You refuse to collab with Keemstar. You can't embrace that you're a lolcow. You think you're trapped in this little bubble, thinking that, oh, I'm such a better person than all these other people. It's like, no, you're not, Phil. Everyone thinks you're a joke. We all laugh at you.
Hurt me. I am the rock face upon which the waves crash, and I never fucking crumble.
What the fuck is that? Is that a fucking poet? Like, I am the rock where the waves crash. You're like, shut the fuck up, Shakespeare. That's so cringe. What are you, a neckbeard? Oh, my lady, I am more stubborn than a rock where the waves crash. Who the fuck says that? Bro, that's gotta be something. He probably stole it from like a movie or something. That is just so fucking... It's so cringe when Phil does it. I think it's probably cooler when actual cool people do it.
It doesn't matter what you do, what you fucking say. It doesn't matter how you portray me on the internet. I am going to be here every day, streaming, making meaningful, positive content for my viewers and audience.
There he is! Positive! Is this positive? Is this positive, meaningful content? I don't think so, Phil. Sounds like you're a seething soy boy. Uh-oh. Baby alert. Baby alert. Positive and meaningful, huh? Just like this whole crash out.
The day that I decide I am done and I hang up the mantle of DarksydePhil, the streamer and content creator.
If someone was smart, if someone was actually that smart, and then this is like, if someone actually got trolled this much on the internet, I would have quit a long time ago if this was me. The fact that, I think in retrospect, like, doing this every single day, knowing that the whole internet hates you, I would be miserable. Like, this would not be a fun job for me. Like, holy shit. Like, would this honestly make Phil happy? Doing this stream every day, begging for money? And then spending it the next day after that, never leaving your house. Your wife is fat. Your place looks like shit. No! Phil, your life is miserable. You don't like this. You are not a happy person. You should just quit. You should quit now!
I decide my destiny. I am the master of my own fate, and there's nothing any of you can do about it. You fooled someone in Pakistan or India into thinking you were me, and you logged into my account.
Whoa! Pakistan and India? Are you gonna call that to the Walmart customer service reps, Phil? Whoa, buddy, that's a little bit racist. Why do you assume that all customer service reps are Indian or Pakistani? That's a little bit fucked up, Phil. I thought you said you weren't racist. Whoa, buddy. What a conclusion you made.
Orders. So what? I'm still here. I'm still streaming. I'm still gonna play a game today. I'm still gonna make content. I'm still gonna make a living. And guess what? When people fuck with me, more people support me. You stupid, incredible, brainless idiot.
What are you talking about? More trolls laugh at you. That's where you get more trolls.
When you mess with Darksydephil, people rally to support Darksydephil.
Who does? Who fucking rallies to support Phil? Yeah, guys, we need to support Phil. He's getting trolled. Come on, guys, we gotta work together and fix Phil's stream. Give him all the support he wants. No one fucking does that, Phil. This is all cope. This is all cope and seethe. No one fucking does this. The dents that would donate to you would donate either way because they don't know any better. They want to empty out their Velcro wallets, spend all their disability checks. That's what PWR used to do, apparently, but PWR, I think, now is doing his own show. Actually, PWR is doing a lot better on his streams than Phil is, which is so fucking funny because PWR is making the money that Phil wants. And that's the fact that PWR, a former Phil Dent, is making more money than Phil himself is hilarious to me.
That's why I'm still here 17 years later. Do you know what the King of Hate moniker meant? It didn't mean that I was a hateful individual.
But I thought you gave up the King of Hate. Now you're bringing it back?
And a sexist and a racist and to insult Hideo Kojima like all the morons said it was. The King of Hate moniker is that when people hate against Phil Burnell takes all of that hatred and vitriol against him and he uses it as fuel. He throws it into his fucking engine and he burns it up and it propels him forward with energy. And
what? What? What the fuck this does not make any sense, Phil. I thought you were giving up the King of Hate. He's magically bringing it back only to fit his narrative. He's saying the King of Hate was a moniker when Phil was he uses. That made my brain hurt, man. Holy shit.
To make positive content and to be successful. I own the hate against me and I use it.
Do you? Do you own the hate? Because it looks like you're lashing out. You're not embracing the hate at all. Holy shit.
Push forward positively and succeed. And that's why I'm here 17 years later. No matter how many morons have tried to find me, I'm still fucking here. I'm not going anywhere.
26-year-old man
Right
educating
now,
a
I'm actually
48-year-old
on a
man.
high.
Yeah,
Things
so
are going
based.
well for me. Think about all the awesome stuff that's happened in the last year. The massive upgrades to my setup. The fact that I'm a successful co-streamer. So.
Really? You stream with Ethan Ralph, who is a known child predator. Like, come on, man. He's like a wife abuser. He's an animal abuser. I don't know if he's a predator. I'm thinking maybe I'm thinking of Cog, but still, he had a bunch of Ethan Ralph has so many like DUIs and shit like that. He got arrested so many times. He's really the perfect host for you, Phil. Really? You chose him out of anybody to replace PPP.
We could get some support on Kick. It is the final day of the month, so it would count, and I would get credit for it right away. All right. Please consider becoming a sub or gifting some subs over on Kick if you like the content and you like the fact that I stream there, despite the fact that most of the support has left. Okay?
Oh! What was that about rallying, the Dents rallying for Phil whenever he gets trolled? What happened there, Phil? Where was your support? Oh, it felt like there was almost no support at all. Man, I thought there was going to be a big army of gladiators ready to defend Phil whenever the trolls decide to attack her. That actually sounds like a really cool game of D&D. I think someone actually did make he actually did make, someone did make a game on Steam about Phil, but I think it got taken down because Phil's a piece of shit. But the trolls can never have fun when Phil's around.
Money, I can afford all the things. I was going to buy 2 Switch 2s because I can afford them.
Buy 2 Switch 2s. You can afford... Okay, let me get this straight. You can afford 2 Switch 2s, but you can't afford to fix your toilet. You can't afford to fix your shower. You can't afford to pay your taxes. But you can definitely afford DoorDash. You can definitely afford WWE Champions. Really, Phil? Really? Huh. Make that make sense.
I didn't have to do a special event to fundraise for it. I could just get them. I just became a verified and partnered streamer on Kick, and that's working out. All these things are working well for me. Do you get it? Well for me. So every time that you fuck with me, all you do is prove my point. I am not going to falter or fail.
This man is so delusional.
You are going to sit there and stew and cry and see and
Am I really the one crying and seething? I think you're the one that's crying and seething because you do not have any Switch 2s to your name. You're Switch 2-less. I didn't get a Switch 2 either. But I didn't try to get a Switch 2 because I know how expensive it is. But Phil, your life is revolved around consumerism. You want to get the next nice thing. You want to get the big hot thing like a Nintendo Switch, new video game, new toy, so you can look cool to the cool kids. You're like one of those guys like, how do you do, fellow kids? Phil, the Nintendo Switch 2 does not matter. Phil, get over it. You can get the Switch 2 when it's back in stock. Stop crying.
Go and say, I can't believe it. Like the Grinch on Christmas morning when he looked down at Whoville and he said,
is he really gonna compare himself to the Grinch? He's comparing the trolls to the Grinch. And he's comparing himself to the Who's on Who. How fucking delusional is this man? He's comparing... I'm just gonna let this play. You can't make this up.
Even without toys, even without the feast, even without all of those things, they're still happy. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter how you fuck with me. I'm still gonna be here.
Oh, really, Phil? That doesn't bother you at all? It didn't bother the Who's, but I think you're pretty fucking bothered, Phil. You're fucking comparing yourself to a Dr. Seuss characters, man. But I'm a mature adult, guys. I'm not a children's entertainer.
I'm gonna give up. So many people have said to me over the years, Phil, why don't you give it up and throw in the towel? With all the things that's happened to you, that's documented. Not even just the things you say, but the things that are public is crazy. We can only imagine the things that have happened behind the scenes that we don't even know about. How do you keep doing it? Well, maybe it's because I'm stubborn.
Yes, you are.
Probably a big part of it. Again, I'm the kind of guy that my whole life, when someone looked at me and said, you can't do it, you're not good enough, you're a scumbag.
Yeah, I think it's the other way around. Phil is the Grinch. He is the core definition of the Grinch. He takes everybody's money away. That's what the Grinch would do.
Oh, you're a jerk, this and that. I said,
but at least the Grinch had at least charm to him.
And
Phil has no charm.
Every single time in my life that it's happened, I've persevered. When in the Street Fighter community they said all I was a big shit talker.
Really? You really persevered? Then why haven't you made any progress building your channel? Why are you still at... you went under 200,000 subscribers. You had 200,000, but then you lost a bunch of them. That doesn't sound like progress to me. I think you're going in reverse, Phil. I think you're getting less viewers. You're not persevering shit.
I was never going to put my money where my mouth was and actually win. I proceeded to win tournament after tournament after tournament after tournament in Super Turbo.
Phil, you're talking about tournaments that happened in 2005. No one fucking cares. God, it's so cringy. Guys, remember the tournaments I won back when I was in high school? I was such a great game player. Did you know I became the class president? Everybody loved me. Nobody fucking cares!
Oh. And show them all that I was great. And then they had nothing else to fucking say until people tried to erase that narrative and rewrite it years later on the internet. The fact remains, I became a top-level tournament player despite the fact that everyone thought that I was just going to be a shit-talking scrub. On YouTube, everyone said, "Oh, Phil, you're a no one. Your quality sucks.
Yes!
No one likes your content because you're just a schlub." And I said, all right, fine. I'm glad you said that. And through the years, I constantly improved, changed.
I'm glad you said that. No, I don't think you're glad he said that. Why are you talking about them then?
Person. And now here I am.
This is anything but proving his point.
And I'm more successful now than I ever was.
No, you're not! You have to beg for money! You used to make $300,000 and you flushed all of that down the toilet. $300,000 a year! People would kill for that type of income. And you threw all that money away. You're not successful. You probably were once upon a time, back when, like, I don't know, between 2012 2015. But now, Phil, you're a nobody. People don't care about you. You're a fucking joke. You jerked off on live stream. Even before that, people thought you were a joke. Shut the fuck up about you being successful. No, you're not.
Say what? I don't get it.
You went bankrupt! I don't think any successful person I've ever seen ever had to declare Chapter 7 bankruptcy, Phil. He went bankrupt in 2020, 2021. No successful person I've ever met ever went bankrupt.
You have?
Very, very, very hypocritical.
You were $500,000 in debt.
What happens is how many people
Successful,
talk
huh?
about you and your content and support it. I know that now. I'm much more successful and happy and positive in my life today, having a few thousand major supporters who love what I do, as opposed to back in the day. When
Yeah, you got like 3 or 4 people that are fans of you, real legitimate fans. That's not really impressive, Phil. That's like, I probably have more fans than you. And I'm like small potatoes. I get like maybe a few hundred people watching my PVZ Angry Birds videos. Who cares? I have more fans than you. And I am almost pretty much a nobody. You actually have a following.
I'm much more
And like 90% of them are
my
trolls.
life today, having a few thousand major supporters who love what I do, as opposed to back in the day when I had hundreds of thousands of people who were watching me, but no one was really supporting. They were just watching. Get it?
Oh, so Phil just confirms right here. Your views don't matter unless you support me. How fucking scummy are you, bro? You like rate your success by how much money you make. Are you fucking serious, Phil? So you do see your fans as dollar signs, huh? Wow. You just proved my point right there. I didn't even have to explain that.
Difference. But people don't get that. They don't. They don't understand. They actually are that ignorant. They don't get it. So here's the deal. Moving forward, I just have to be more careful. I have to be careful about what I tell you guys. I have to be careful about how I operate. I thought that I had been careful, and to the point where people were calling me paranoid. You're not gonna do a cooking video in your kitchen? What are you, stupid and crazy? What could possibly happen? You're not gonna do a vlog in your house? You're not gonna go do this IRL video? Everyone else does it. You're just a coward. No, I'm not a coward. It's just that I'm one of the most abused people on the internet, and I know
Most abused people, huh? You're not going to talk about how you abused other people, huh? How many people you've hurt over the years? You're the most abused people. Wow, you're DSP, the professional
I'm not
victim,
stupid.
as always.
And so when you say do a fan lobby night, do a that involves the opportunity for someone to get in and fuck with people's information and fuck.
Of course
with
you can join the
people.
Discord.
No, shut the fuck up.
I want to see Phil play Code Vein. I want to see Phil play Astro Chain. Why is he playing that? Why is he playing Wily Wars? Why is he playing old games? Why is he doing? Shut the fuck up.
That was another example right there where Phil treats people like shit. It was funny.
I know better because I've been there, done that, and I've been through it. Almost 18 years. I know what I'm doing. Trust me, stop fucking trying to demand things from me that don't make any goddamn sense, because I'm the exception to the rule with this level of harassment that I get. I'm not going to put up with this nonsense anymore of people telling me that I'm just paranoid and wrong, when literally the one time that let's do something different on stream, let's open up, let's do the Switch 2 pre-orders, and then this fraud happens.
Why don't you just say, if you're really upset about this, you should just take the L, say like, okay, I'll be more careful next time, I won't show any of my information anymore, and just be done with that. Why'd you have to go on a whole rant and yell at the trolls and yell at the people telling you you're wrong? Bro. Was that really needed to prove your point? I think that was pretty unnecessary, Philip.
In crimes and fraud. The first opportunity that I give, they take it. All right? So I'm not stupid. I'm just not putting up with this shit ever again. Now, you got a problem with that?
Until the next time you start talking about, oh, look at his face here. That's a legendary face. But, oh, I'm never going to bring up the trolls anymore until the next time I talk about the trolls. You always talk about the trolls, Phil. When are you actually never going to stop talking about the trolls?
Test me, bitch. I'm not.
That was that's also another crazy. That was amazing crash out.
Oh, look, I'm like him, just like me and him. Shut the fuck. No one even knows what you're talking about. I've never even heard the meme before.
This was another beautiful crash out. Maybe I'll cover it one day, but the King Be Cruel crash out. If you know, you know.
I'm an asshole. I'm not a fucking dumbass, mouth-drooling idiot. So, yeah, moving forward, don't expect me to be doing stuff like that live. Well, I'm taking a break. I'll come back in a few, and I'm not going to give you guys details of anything. All right? Now, rest assured.
There's more pixels in the video quality itself.
Assured, I'm going to find.
Is that a jab at me?
I don't know what
How
it is
dare
right
you?
now. I'm being frank with all of you. I don't know. It seems
I'm
like
kidding.
there's no legal way to buy the Switch 2 right
Honestly, the pixels in the background, I'd rather watch that rather than Phil, to be honest with you. At least that's distracting. Gives me something to watch.
because they're all pre-ordered out. No one's going to magically find Switch 2 sitting around and say, oh, I can sell you this for launch day. But I'm going to figure out something. I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to buy anything from a scalper. I refuse. I've told you adamantly how anti-scalper I am.
He's probably going to buy it from a scalper. He's probably that desperate for it. I know he is. It's gonna be so Kino when he finally admits he gets us, because he lies all the time. It doesn't surprise me that he ends up buying it from a scalper if he's that desperate for one.
Entire thing that happened during the PS5 launch was an absolute freaking nightmare with scalping and all that. I would never buy a Switch 2 from a scalper, simply because it just makes that process more viable, it supports that whole process, and I don't believe in scalping at all right? So, I'm not going to get it from a scalper, but I'm going to do whatever I can to get one. We'll see. And here's the truth, I'm not going to tell you anything. You're not going to know at all until launch day.
Oh, why not, Phil?
I'm actually getting a Switch 2.
Why
The
not?
moment that I tell you anything, someone will try to fuck with it and ruin it.
Suffer, Phil.
You've gone through every possible means, every level of committing crimes. Nothing is
DSP, the professional victim.
to them. There's no morality. They're not even afraid of going to jail. They're not. They've done everything possible, so I'm not dumb. I know that if I mention any method by which I'm going to get a Switch 2, they're going to try to ruin it for me.
Oh, that's still so funny to me.
Talk about getting a Switch 2 until
I think the Switch 2 crash out, that has to be the best DSP crash out in 2025 so far. I don't know. This is just as funny as when T-Pig destroyed his copy of Garden Warfare 2 with a hammer. I think that and this crash out are just like the goated crash outs. Those are hilarious, man.
the launch day of Switch 2. And then on launch day of Switch 2, I'll tell you if I have it or if I didn't get it and what else we're doing that day. Okay? That's literally the only way to be safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, that's the only way to be safe at this point. Outside of that, there's nothing else I can do, right? So I'm sorry to those who want Phil to open up more, to be more confident and interactive and to do these kind of things. I can't.
Hermit
I
mode.
can't because of these crazy people. To do different kinds of content. I can't. It will hurt.
I can't, guys. The trolls, man, not the trolls. Cry more, Phil. I love it.
They'll go out of their way to hurt me and my family. It's proven. It's absolutely confirmed. At every single time that they have a chance to do it, they will do it. So that's that. So what I will say is, to those of you who are hoping I would get a Switch 2 pre-order, thanks. Thanks for the confidence. Thanks for
Womp womp womp.
we cover this thing on release day. I really wanted to. All right, and I certainly hope that I can get it, but I just don't know how I'm going to get it right now. Just being honest. All right. And like I said,
Come on, guys. If someone could donate me a Switch 2, I would really appreciate it. He's gonna say it right now.
One, you will never know about it. From this moment on, don't ask me about the Switch 2. You'll know if I'm covering the Switch 2 on release day, June 5th, 2025. And until then, I've got other shit to do. I'm busy.
Busy doing what?
You don't fuck with me.
You don't have a job. Come on, what are you busy? Busy playing video games? Pathetic.
Don't.
Okay? All right. I've said what I had to say about the subject. I'm done with it now. All right? We're moving on. We got positive stuff to do today. Really positive.
Where's the positive content, Phil?
Clear Obscure. We've got Minecraft. We've got DSP Tries.
Oh my
A
god.
bunch of fun stuff going on today. So I'm not gonna sit here and be
Oh, that's all sounds so boring. No one cares, Phil.
It's not. I'm going to have fun with you guys on the internet today. We're gonna have a great time together. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's always been about. Okay? Positive, fun, meaningful content. I get to eat Chipotle today.
Oh yeah, by the way, he puts eating Chipotle behind a paywall, like basically for trying out food. It's so fucking cringe, man. If you pay me $150, I'll eat Chipotle on stream. Like, who the fuck would want to pay for that? Just buy your own Chipotle. Like, it's not like it's never new before. What kind of stupid shit is that?
Yes! Yes! For the first time in like 11 years, Chipotle time. Live on DSP Tries.
Wait, I do want to see the one where DSP sucks at Minecraft. I may do that before the show ends. I don't know.
One of the highest rated RPGs of the last decade. I'm very excited to jump into that today and try it out for the first time. If it is anything like the reviewers say, I think I'm absolutely going to love it. Seriously, like, I can't wait to try it, so that's going to be great. Minecraft, we got to kind of get our bearings back again. All right? Now.
Phil, you're terrible at Minecraft. No one wants to watch you play.
Thank you. Thank you. All right?
You know, the thing is, Phil doesn't even play Minecraft with his viewers. He only plays by himself in his own world. Like, isn't that kind of boring? Isn't the whole point of a live stream is to play with the streamer? Like a multiplayer game like Minecraft? I have a public realm for people to play on. I let the chat play. Phil doesn't let anybody play. He doesn't want to get trolled, guys.
To have 3 straight
Pathetic.
days of hitting my goals. Let's keep that momentum going. Because remember, at 40 goals hit, we're either going to do the Wendy's new menu of a new chicken sandwich, Frosty, and lemonade.
Holy
drink,
shit, Phil, nobody
or we're gonna do something else.
cares.
You know, one thing we had talked about was maybe Wingstop.
Stardew Valley? I might
Sit
consider
down,
that.
Talk about it, we'll figure it out. Okay? Or, when we hit 50 goals, we're going to have a marathon. And I'm excited for that. We've talked about various different ideas, such as the viewer's choice event, or Closet Clean Out 2.0. Oh my.
You're gonna pay money for Phil to clean out his okay. On that bombshell. Let's go into the next video. That was a pretty long doozy one. That was pretty fucking crazy. Wait, where's the really funny one?